Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is March 31st, 2014. This is Texan TV News from Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas, and I'm Slayton Hatley. In today's headlines, Supreme Court refused to review murder case, 4th annual Alpha Gamma Rho crawfish boil, intersection accidents on Washington Street, April Fool's Day is tomorrow, objects found from Flight 370, Texans wrapped up season losing to Buffaloes. Now today's top story in Texas news, according to the Associated Press, the U.S. Supreme Court has refused to review the case of a 44-year-old Mexican national set to die next week for the beating death of a man who employed him at his Kerrville area ranch. Attorneys for Ramiro Hernandez contended he was mentally impaired and ineligible for execution for the 1997 slaying of 48-year-old Glenn Litch Hernandez from Tamaulipas, Mexico. He set for lethal injection April 9th. In campus news, Alpha Gamma Rho is selling tickets for their 4th annual crawfish boil out in front of the dining hall throughout the month of March. The money from the boil will go towards the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. Tickets are $12 for all you can eat or $10 for one plate. The boil is next Tuesday from 4 to 11 at City Hall. In regional news from the Empire-Tribune, since 2011, the intersection of Wolf Nursery Road and West Washington Street has produced the highest number of traffic accidents, reported to the Stephenville Police Department. With businesses booming in the area and the city and Tarleton State University continuing to grow, this heavily congested intersection is becoming a concern for those who travel it. The records indicate the intersection is the busiest, but City Administrator Mark Kaiser disputes the label of most dangerous just based off the numbers. Kaiser believes the area being highly commercial in a controlled intersection and the roads having passing and turning lanes contribute to the number of accidents. And now, today's national and international news from Associated Press. In national news, in case you haven't checked your calendar in a while, tomorrow is April Fool's Day. It all started as a celebration of the changing of the seasons, but now it is a fun holiday to keep the joy in the country with silliness. So be aware of all those practical jokers out there to catch a laugh. In international news, according to the Associated Press, 9 aircrafts and 8 ships allegedly found what seems to be equipment and objects from Flight 370 that has disappeared near Malaysia. In Perth, Australia, on Sunday, the authorities from Australia are conducting what they call an intensifying search effort. However, this search has been somewhat in vain. As they continue to search in the southern Indian Ocean, they have found no debris connected to the flight that disappeared 3 weeks ago. They have only found what seems to be fishing equipment for offshore fishermen. There will be another search conducted today at approximately 2 p.m. The search that starts today will include 10 planes and 10 ships. In sports, according to the Empire-Tribune, the Tarleton State Texans wrapped up their 4-game series in Canyon against number 1 West Texas A&M Saturday. They concluded the games by losing both of them on Saturday afternoon. In the 3rd game of the series, the Lady Buffs jumped out to the 11-0 lead in the first 2 innings. Eventually, the Texans added a few runs by bringing 6 across the plate. However, the valiant effort wasn't enough as the Lady Buffs pulled the win out 14-6. Brenna Hennon took the loss for the Texans, giving up 11 runs on 6 hits and 4 walks. Today's weather is predicted to be partly sunny with a high of 83 degrees and low of 60, and winds out of the south at 15 miles per hour. Today's broadcast was produced by Slayton Hatley and Thomas Varnado. Don't forget to tell your friends about us and become a fan of Texan TV News on Facebook. I am Slayton Hatley. Tune in for tomorrow for the latest news from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas.